noticed after my last video, um, a lot of people contacted me on Facebook, and they was telling me that they can relate to a lot of what I was talking about. Primarily women. It was mostly women, and it was about four brothers, and it was about, I believe it's like 14 women. And one of the women on there asked me a very interesting question. I want to make certain that this video is very short. I'm just going to use her first name. I don't, like I said, I don't want to put people out there. But her first name is Stephanie. And she's been a Facebook friend ever since 2000, I believe it was 2009 or 10. Because I joined Facebook in 2009, but I believe Stephanie joined me on there in 2010, I believe. But she had asked me a very interesting question. She was saying that through the years of looking at my Facebook, she said, you've been through a lot of relationships. And she was saying, considering what everything you've been through in your life, she asked me, do you think that that has had an effect on your relationships with women? And I told her, oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I've never been an abusive man towards women. Women's primary problem with me is attention. Because I'm a very reclusive person, because that's how most writers are, and I like taking walks, and the majority of the time I like taking walks alone, and just have to be honest, I'm kind of mean at times, and that's just pretty much it, because she noticed that I seem kind of detached. And there was a couple of times I got close. It was of course my son's mother, both my son's mother. And you see, yeah, that's pretty much it. When I went to Georgia to join up with Salam Yilmaz, the closeness that her and I had was more so intellectual. But she had asked me that, considering everything that you've been through, she said you haven't really experienced a lot of real love. She said, what I don't understand is how you can go through life like that and still able to desire to love people. Well, it's in our internal nature to love, so when you're dealing with something natural on the inside, whether you want to execute it or not, or choose to execute it or not, it's still present there. So it's just that everything that I've been through, I've been hurt in a whole lot of situations, but I've never been destroyed. Now when you've been destroyed in a whole lot of situations, then you're gonna end up being bitter and everything. And so when I was coming up in Chicago, the Creator gave me an immense hatred and distaste of substances like drugs, alcoholism, things that I used to see around me a whole lot, that people used to utilize to try to run away from themselves. You know how people say you're trying to run away from your problems. You know, your problems are still going to be there. Yeah, but if you look deeper, and I mean deeper and right at it, it's not your problems externally that's going on in the environment, because those problems are given to you because they have solutions imbued in them. So like the Quran says, it says, with difficulty comes ease. So it's basically implying that the difficult times come along with the ease, and therefore the challenge comes along with the solution. The solution comes along with the challenge, you know. And so another way of putting it, I'm glad this just came to me. With chaos comes peace. With peace comes chaos, because nothing is permanent. But the primary thing to understand is that when you're facing chaos, what should encourage you to go forward is to understand that peace is present during chaos. You know how a lot of people say, I heard Brother Bruce Lee say one time, he said, you know, even though the storm is present, he said, what's beautiful about when you keep moving forward, he said, it's like, even though the storm is present right now, he said, but hey, baby, after it's all over, he said, the sun's going to shine again. You know, and that's reality. That's real. And so when I was coming up, and even until this day, and even when I was in Georgia, and everything, I've never been the type of person to try to run away from my challenges by way of alcoholism, drugs, and everything. Now, when I separated, when me and my son's mother broke up, I started sleeping around a whole lot, because I wasn't able to see my sons, because she was being evil and she was moving around a whole lot, and so I went up to 3 years without seeing my sons. And at the same time, she was still collecting child support that I put myself on. And so through those pains, I started sleeping around a whole lot. And the way that started is that there was a young lady that I was currently getting to know. Her name was Kimberly Cabral. And she was a student at Stanford University. And I was involved with her. And so it was me, Kim, a brother named Angel, all of us was involved in this ministry that I'm going to eventually talk about if I'm inspired to talk about it. But her and I had a, you might as well say like a platonic, borderline physical relationship. And so we started talking about being together and stuff like that. So one summer, when the summer was just about ending, she needed a lift to the airport so that she can go back to Stanford. And so she asked me would I take her, and I'm like, yeah. And so by her meeting both my sons, she said, hey, when you take me to the airport, are you able to go by and pick your sons up? She said, because I would like to see them before I leave. And so I called my kid's mother and I told her, I'm like, I want to come by there and pick them up because I'm getting ready to take Kim to the airport because she's getting ready to go back to Stanford University. And she said, okay. And so we hung up. She calls me back 3 minutes later and said, no, you can't come by here and pick them up because if you're not going to spend no real time with them, then I don't want you doing that to them. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? So she hung up. And after that, because of that, I didn't see my son for 3 years right here in the same city. Now, as unrealistic as that may sound for some of you Black women, I'm not concerned at all. Okay, I'm addressing it, but know that I'm not concerned. Okay, how you feel or what you think. Now, people may say, well, you must be concerned about the way they think. No, I'm actually not. I'm just letting them know that I'm not concerned. Okay, you have to address your lack of concern towards people who think that you should be concerned. Okay, and so I didn't see them for like 3 years, and during the process, as a matter of fact, I spoke about this on another video of mine, but I started sleeping around a whole lot. And I found out that even though I wasn't using drugs, alcohol, I still had an addiction, and it was, I had a sex addiction with Black women. I had a sex addiction. And it was a couple of Puerto Rican women. But I found out that that was just another form of running away from your problems, and your problems actually represent you. So the challenge is going to always be you. It's going to always be you, because you do have options of resolving your issues one way or another, because we're some dual created human beings. We can either resolve our differences or our challenges, intellectual, with wisdom and logic, or we can allow ourselves to resolve our problems and make them worse emotionally and end up destroying ourselves and getting ourselves involved in a whole lot of different things and substances that we really shouldn't involve ourselves in. And what I've noticed from observing a whole lot of people who were addicted or made addicted to different substances, they found a peace in destroying themselves. And once you found a peace in destroying yourself, you're already dead. Unless you have someone in your life who loves you enough to come and lead you out of there, take you by the hand and lead you out of there. Now, taking you by the hand, of course, doesn't imply that, taking you by your physical hand, but someone counseling you. And once you decide to listen to them and you understand what they're talking about, and they have an intellectual impact on you to the degree that you perceive exactly what they're talking about, and you decide to act upon the principles of what they're talking about, here and here, you took their hand. And by your listening to them, you're allowing them to lead you out of that particular life of self-destruction. And so the question that she asked me pretty much implied, how do I keep myself together? Well, naturally, I'm very much aware that I have a tremendous love on the inside, in spite of never experiencing real love. And the reason why I'm still willing to love is because I don't sit around and feel sorry for myself because of the reality that I've never experienced real love. I know that love is present inside of me, and I know that I am love. And I'm going to always know who and what I am. You know, the people may say, well, God is love, and you say that you love because you're from God. That's religion. But when you know that you are indeed love, even though you know that you didn't create yourself, so obviously you came into existence by way of a creator who had a strong personal zeal of compassion for you. And through that compassion, it brought you into existence by way of love. And compassion is what is the execution of love. And this is how we became manifested into this flesh. And once I understood that by way of meditation, I had gotten to the point where no matter what I go through, and therefore no matter what other people put me through, and no matter what I put myself through by my rejection of wisdom at times, because of my lust and because of my anger, I know that love is still present inside of me. And by that love being present inside of me for myself and for humanity, I have a refusal of running from myself. I run to my challenges, to myself, so that I can evolve beyond my challenges, because challenges are given to us not to destroy us, but challenges are put before us so that we may be able to evolve beyond the challenges. And during that time of evolution, we're accumulating knowledge of ourselves, wisdom, intelligence, and understanding. And therefore, maturity. And once we reach a level of maturity during the challenge, that current status of maturity is what liberates us from the challenge. I hope that I'm understood. But you have to get to the point where you know that there is no one on this planet more interesting than yourself. And I came to realize that when I was 12 years old, when I was up in my Aunt Ruth's attic. And when I had went up in her attic and I saw those rows of books, And what was amazing to me is that I realized that I had the gift of perception. And I would say that it was like at least 70%. And I say 70% is because 70% of the books up there that I never came in contact with any of those subjects by way of education or by way of the environment, listening to people talk about these subjects. Once I opened up these books and I started reading, for some reason, I understood exactly what I was reading. And what I noticed about myself, because you have to do self-observation. Once you notice certain things about yourself, continue to observe the development, and don't add to that development, because when you add to it, you're gonna contaminate. So just humbly observe yourself as you are internally cultivating. And so what I noticed is that a lot of subjects up there that I was reading, like philosophy, social studies, psychology, social psychology, different levels of history, science, political science, social psychology, a whole lot of different subjects up there. I found myself understanding those things. And when I found myself understanding those things, I was very much aware that I was but 12 years old. And I was also aware that I shouldn't, according by common standards, I shouldn't understand these things. But the reality is I do. And so once I accepted the fact that I did, humbly and not arrogantly, I allowed myself to expand without any type of interference from myself, as far as like I said, getting arrogant or anything like that. So I say all of that is because when you spend a lot of time self-observing yourself, you find yourself going through things. And if once you understand that you are definitely loved on the inside, that perception comes with its own principles of behavior, and it comes with its own rules and regulations. But it comes in a sense of clarity, and not in a sense of rules like knowledge 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're just simply aware that you are loved, and despite how you're feeling, despite how hurt you are, in spite of how angry you are, you don't act out as if you are not loved. And so you don't destroy anyone. You don't put your hands on anyone, and those type of things. Because when I was in Georgia, Salam Yilmaz said some things to me and did some things in front of my face where most human beings would have did something to her, and it hurt me, but I'm loved. She humiliated me, but I'm loved. That's what I am. And it wasn't just her, it was pretty much a lot of people who I came in contact with. But when you know that you're loved, I want to hurry up and finish this out. But when you know that you're loved, that's all you need to know. And once you realize that it's very unfortunate for you to have certain rules and regulations inside of yourself to follow, as far as knowing that you're loved, and you just allow the creator and the universe reveal things of you as you move forward without you saying that I'm not supposed to be like this, I'm not supposed to be like that. No. You know nothing, okay? As the creator and the universe is cultivating you and expanding you, we have to learn how to just sit back and observe ourselves and observe how we are developing, and even in the dual sense. Because while we're watching ourselves develop in the dual sense, the things that go against love are recognized by us. And so once you see those things, okay, that's not love. And I'm very much aware that that's another part of my dual. So do I hold on to that through fear and feel that I need to maintain that in order to protect myself? Or do I have full confidence in the fact that I am love and love is going to get me through this? You know? So I guess I'm going to have to do a video explaining this a little bit further, because I'm running out of time right now because I have to get to work. But knowing that you're loved, you're going to go through a lot of challenges on the external. You're going to bump into a lot of people who don't know that about themselves. But as long as you stay aware of the fact that you are love, and love is going to guide you through it, because love is wisdom. Love is intelligence. Love is humility. Love is waiting. Love is patience. Love is self-preservation. You know, all of those attributes that a lot of people consider positive is definitely love. It's love. And so, with all of that being said, because this is longer than I had expected, but I will say to Stephanie that I appreciate the questions. But hopefully, I just wanted to go over this, and by me cutting this short, I'm going to have to start getting ready for work. And so I just wanted to throw this out there right quick. And so, she had mentioned that, you know, your videos don't get a whole lot of likes. She said, how come you don't never ask for likes? If you like it, then you will. And this is not to influence anything. I'm just telling you what I told her. I don't try to tell people to like my videos. I mean, that's if you like it, then, or if you would rather just hear it, listen to it, and go forward, that's fine with me, because I'm not on YouTube to be famous. I'm just on YouTube. If you look at my description, I just want to share my life journey with people, because I'm 58 years old, and I've been through a lot, and my life has been unique. And so by the Creator giving me a wisdom and a mind to understand living such a unique life, that puts me in the position to where I'm able to touch upon subjects of the internal in a way to where I can be of some service to people who out there who are thinking and feeling certain things on the inside, so I can be of service to them to try to help them understand what's going on inside of them as human beings. So that's pretty much it. And so I'm not here for likes. I'm not here for subscriptions. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But just know from David, I'm not trying to enforce that. I just want to share what I know and what I've learned. And my primary thing is giving back to humanity, in spite of how I felt previously, of how I thought humanity was against my existence. And so I'm steady maturing, I'm steady expanding, and I'm steady growing, the same as you. So as I say at the end of most of my videos, with all that being said, I hope that everyone have a beautiful day and stay productive, stay focused, and stay human. Y'all have a good one. Peace.